Everything's fine. I got this under control.
I'm not going down for this.
Your favorite collegiate client might be mixed up in another murder.
Cha-ching.
You sure no one would be looking in your direction for this?
Nobody.
Now you know what happens if you're lying, right?
I do.
So what has it been like seeing the enormous response to Ghost? So at season 1, Tariq kind of started off with some negativity towards him, but now everyone's rooting for Tariq.
Man, it's crazy. Honestly, like, I always say this because when they first told me they were gonna, give me the show, like, base the show around my character, I was just like, what are y'all thinking? Like, I don't understand. Like, what is the thought process behind this? Like, no one likes Tariq. What are y'all talking about? Like, nobody's gonna watch me. And then, like, they told me, they was just like, yo, listen, we're doing it, that's it. And then, yeah, they just, I don't know what it was. The writers, I don't know what they got in the ink in their pens or the keys in their keyboards. I don't know what it is. But yeah, they put everything together just like so perfectly. And they made it kind of like easy for the audience to kind of, resonate with Tariq and kind of like understand where all his actions were coming from and understand why he was doing everything he was doing and why he's doing the things that he's doing. So yeah, they did their thing. Shout out to the writers.
And with Professor Jabari Reynolds' death now confirmed, how do you think that murder will hang over Tariq's head going forward?
Well, man, Tariq is like, obviously he's done this before, it's not his first time, but it's just like, he's a young kid still at the end of the day. So like these type of things are kind of gonna weigh on him, and especially like with him having to navigate through the whole entire school thing and then the streets and then, dealing with Yasmin and grandma and all of that, is just like, it's hard for him. He has so much things weighing on him. It's like, he doesn't even know what to pay attention to, or sometimes like he doesn't know how to balance it. But then again, like, he's Tariq, he's resilient. So he figures a way to, to balance everything, and he does it pretty well,
He's always rejected the idea that he's like his father, Ghost. But as each episode progresses, he becomes more and more like him. So do you think Tariq will ever embrace that side?
And like, it's so weird because like you said, like he literally he doesn't want to have anything to do with his father. He doesn't want to be anything like his father, but he's literally Ghost 2.0. And the thing is, like, at the end of season 1, episode 10, when he's talking to Tommy about, maybe next time you see me, I'll be worthy of that name again. Like, I feel like there's something there that just like in Tariq that's just gonna accept it one day. Like just the fact that he's just like his father. One day he's just gonna accept it, I feel like. And like Effie says, quicker he accepts it, easier it would be for him. So I feel like he kind of has that in his mind all the time. Like, maybe I should just accept it. Just live
Yeah. And speaking of Effie, so we know Tariq's still got some love interests going on with Diana, Lauren, and Effie. So does he genuinely like them, or are they part of his game?
The thing is, like, Tariq, he's a pretty, pretty affectionate kid, he's pretty wholesome in a way, But like, the thing is, he doesn't know who he can trust the most. That's the one thing. Like, between those three, he doesn't know who he can trust the most. And I feel like he's just juggling, the option. He's trying to see who is best for him. And this season, y'all kind of see, like, he leans toward an option. Y'all gonna see who he leans toward. Is it the best decision? Is it the worst decision? We'll see. But yeah, he's definitely like, he's trying to make that decision. He's trying to become, one and done,
Yeah. In the past, he's killed his dad, he's killed his professor, and in the first episode, he hesitates to kill a deer. So, like, where does he draw the line?
Listen, he loves the animals, right? He loves the animals. He loves the animals. But not like I said, that like everything in his world on top of, just killing Jabari is weighing on him. I feel like now more than ever, the murder of Jabari is weighing on him in that situation, because it's just like he's just thinking about everything. It's kind of like a PTSD type of thing. It just kind of like it hits him. He's like, it just hits him real quick, but then he snaps back. He snaps out of it later on in this season.
And what was it like working with 50 Cent again? No spoilers.
Man, working with Five is always the fun. It's like, it's always fun. You know, it's always a blessing working with him. Every time he's around, it's just like, it's just fun, good energy. And he's just like, you know, he's just there, you know, you just gotta love working with 50. No matter what type of work you're doing, working with 50 is gonna be fun, no matter what it is. So shout out to Five. You know, we always have fun working.
We've seen lots of cameos pop up in the first season of Ghost and possibly in the second season. Could we see Amari Hardwick return as Ghost in like a flashback or a haunting scene?
Listen, who knows? Because you know how Tariq said to Monet at the end of this episode 10, season 1, he's like, he may not be here anymore, but ghosts never die. Y'all gonna see the definition of that line this season.
Okay,
yeah.
Interesting. In this season, we've been introduced to a new character, Mecca, played by Danielson Hatta. What's it been like working with him, and how will he interrupt Tariq's plans?
Man, I can't wait for the people to see that. Like that, oh my God, that whole storyline is freaking crazy. Oh my God, I can't wait for everyone to see that. But yeah, working with Daniel is dope, man. He's super dope. Like, he's really a dope actor. Like, he's like one of those actors that be locked in, like he's in his mode when he's acting, and he comes for business. Like he's all about his business, and I mess with him a lot. He's dope. He's super dope actor. He's very talented. And he's easy to work with too. Like, super easy to work with. He's always like open to like trying like different stuff. Like when it comes to the scenes, like, yo, like, what's up? Like, you want to try this, or is there anything you want to try? Let me know. So like, you know, he's like flexible. So we have fun. You know, we do what we do on set. So shout out to Daniel, man.
So how does it feel to be back as Councilman Richard Tate on season 2 of Ghost?
It feels great. It's phenomenal. What an adventure it is to play this guy, you know, to play a politician, but a guy who's, you know, charismatic and you know, upbeat, and always has this great ideas of how he can move, you know, his constituents and all his people forward. But underneath it, you know, gets down and dirty. And that's the part that I like. Now, some people may not like to see me, you know, play a character that gets down and dirty, but like, come on, like, can't be a nice guy all the time. So it's really fun to be able to play him. And, you know, I do what I can to show moments of humanity in him, a guy that at least can be relatable, and he has nice guy tendencies, but he's a politician. You gotta get dirty. You gotta, you know, say you're gonna eat or you're gonna be eaten. And Rashad is way too much of a determined person to be eaten. He comes from a place where, you know, he has to succeed. He has to win, and he's an incredibly competitive person. And I like that about him. I like to believe I'm competitive. I'm determined. And I'm, you know, when I set my mind to do something, I'm gonna see it through, you know, by any means. I may not go through like the things that he would do, you know, saying like, you know, gonna kill nobody, you know what I'm saying? He want to get ghosts out of there. In the original Power, he was trying to get him out of there. Like, damn, is that serious? You're really trying to become a politician that you do that much? And Rashad, yes, he would go those great lengths. But no, it's really a joy to play that character.
Cool. And speaking of like the last time we saw Rashad, he was, you know, gunning for Ghost, like literally at Truth. And we know he always has an agenda, right? Yes. So what can we expect from Rashad Tate in this season?
A person who's still on his path, you know, climbing up the ranks of government. And there are going to be some, obviously, you know, in anything that we try to do, becoming successful, there's always going to be roadblocks, and there's going to be hurdles. And how do you navigate through them? And at some point, you know, we have to start asking ourselves, which is one of the themes of this season, is, you know, Are you doing it for selfish reasons? Or are you doing it for selfless reasons? Are you doing it for the greater good of the people or the greater good of yourself? I like those themes, right? And they're going to continue to reoccur through the storytelling with everyone, with all the characters. And there are going to be some tough decisions that need to be made. Some of them are going to be incredibly unpopular decisions. There are going to be some decisions that are favorable. And it just kind of give you a complete scope of where these characters in this world is going.
In Power, we were introduced to your on and off-screen brother, Lamar.
Yes.
And he has now returned for Ghost Season 2.
Yeah.
So what's it been like working with your brother?
I love it. It's one of my favorite parts of being on Ghost Season 2. It really is. I enjoy everyone, all the actors and the creators and the writers, the directors, producers, all of that. But my brother, my in real life brother, playing my on-screen brother is just so gratifying. We've been, we're business partners, so we do a lot of things behind the scenes and producing and all that other good stuff. But to work in front of the camera and to feed off of each other and to, play characters that are totally different from who we are, but find the brotherly dynamic and where it's seamless. And so we're able to bring what we as brothers bring to, the energy that seems just right. And I'm happy that Lamar is a part of it, and he kicks ass on this show, man. He's like, yo, and I'm not just bragging about my bro but he's for real. Like Lamar can go. Like he's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk about that competitive thing. Like he's he kicks ass, man. And I'm just loving the fact that I was able to share the screen with him, and Courtney Kemp, who's the creator of the show, when she said that, in Power, hey, I'm going to bring in a brother, a family member. She says, it's going to be a brother. And the moment she says, well, who do you think should be your brother? She couldn't even get it out. And I was like, Lamar Tate, Lamar Tate, he's my real brother. She was like, done. You don't even have to say it twice. And she was thinking to herself, wait a minute, of course your real brother, because there's a bunch of actors who were gonna, and whoever was up for that role to play Kamal, hey man, too bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm going for we keeping it the home team, man. Are you kidding me? We're going with the home team as much as I can. And I haven't always been like that. I've always like whoever gets the part, it's all good. But this one, I said I wanted it. I wanted that brotherhood. I wanted that authenticity for real. And they were able to carry it into Ghost Season 2. So yeah, Lamar is here and he's representing as Kamal. Yes.
And we know Tariq in this season is caught up in some deep stuff with the shooting of Jabari Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
So will Rashad get dragged into Tariq's mess?
They're gonna cross paths, but you know how Rashad is. I mean, the real question is, can he get caught up in that mess? Right. Will he allow himself to get caught up in that mess? And also the real thing that we will have to discover when you watch it, does he know? Right? Does he know? I mean, the beauty about watching a show like this that seems like real and all this stuff, the audience knows things that characters may not know, right? So the audience is a little bit ahead of everybody else, and they sort of go along the main character's journey, which is Tariq, and his journey is going to cross sect with so many people, and of course Rashad can't be on the show and not connect on some level. It is what it is. So yeah, it's gonna be fireworks. It's gonna be good for sure.
And in the first episode, we saw Rashad get back to his old ways by scheming for the 12th district seat, which is currently held by Congressman Rick Sweeney. Will we see Rashad get his hands dirty to get that seat?
This is Ghost, man. Come on, this ain't. We ain't doing, this ain't no after school special, you know what I'm saying? We over here, some elevated storytelling here, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this dude is trying to get to his calling. No one's gonna stand in his way. And if they're already there, he do whatever he needs to do to move them out. And that's his mindset, but that's not easy. That's not, you can't just move someone out of their seat. That just, how do you do that? Like, how is it possible to move somebody out of a seat? And why would you even think that you could? Rashad doesn't think like everybody else.
No.
Rashad has a
Rashad has blue sky thinking, so.
Yeah, he's different. Yeah, he's different. I'm like, I want to play him. I want to play that guy. I want to play the guy that, you know, thinks and does all the things that I wish, or we all wish we could do. So either it's going to be, you're going to either love Rashad or you're going to hate him. And I'm okay with that. I really am. Why? Because I don't want the in-between. Either you're going to love this dude or you're going to hate him. Either way, it's an emotion that I'm happy to, you know, receive. It's good because that means you're engaged. And when you're not engaged, then we ain't doing something right.
Courtney Kemp described influence as a Mr. Smith goes to Washington take on how Washington, D.C. looks at Black politicians now. So how will Ghost season 2 lead into that?
Well, we can't get ahead of ourselves, but Courtney Kemp is a genius in how she lays things out. And the focus, what you'll see is just really about what's happening in the season 2 of Ghost before we can sort of get to that Mr. Smith goes to Washington. But you know, for me, it also helps for me not to get ahead of myself, because if I'm getting ahead of myself, then I'm not focused on what's in front of me. And I always want to lean all the way into the work. And so that's sort of what I know. And you're gonna certainly see some things in this season that makes all the sense in the world as to why you would want to see something about Rashad Tate on his own.
And my final question, can you give us any kind of update on influence?
The only update is I don't know, honestly. You know, I'm the actor on shows. So, you know, the actors aren't always the ones who know things first. And although I have great relationships with everybody, this particular series or this particular group, they know how to keep things close to the vest. So I don't know anything. And no matter how much I go take people out for some nice tea and coffee and they don't give up nothing. So I got nothing to give up here. I mean, this is a great interview. I want to tell you something, but I got nothing. I tried, I got nothing. So that's all I can tell you is season 2, you're going to see Rashad Tate in the flesh all day long.